Hello, everyone. My name is Aaliyah Hatchett, also known as One Take Aaliyah, and I would like to welcome you to the second annual Catholic High School Athletics Association Girls Media Day. I am joined with some coaches from the B Division. Coaches, I will give you a chance to introduce yourselves and let us know what teams you're representing.
Coach Kareem Phillip Davis from the Montfort Academy.
Coach Jordan Solis, the Academy at Mount St. Ursula.
I'm Coach Bria Jackson from St. Xavier High School.
Okay, perfect. And before we start, I'm going to just ask the overall question. What message do you want your players to take with them throughout the season? Okay.
I guess I'm going first. I live, but where I always coach, we always live by a culture. So our culture is always discipline, accountability, hard work, and then defense. It's a basketball phrase, but it's also for life as well.
Definitely.
Obviously not the defensive part, but every other aspect of it. So we kind of just live. I try to instill that to my players. So, yeah.
I like that one. Wants to go next? Question for everyone.
So we are building on just being consistent, and that's from practice, start to finish, and just bringing energy every day. I know, I tell them every day, I know some days are harder than others, but we have to be consistent, and we have to come, work hard every day, bring energy, and just get better. I just want them to get better and to enjoy the process at the same time.
Yes.
Consistency is key. Communication is key. Come to practice every day, giving your 100% effort as best as you can. As Coach said, some days we don't feel like it, but those are the days that we need to push, because it translates to games. So in practice, you always want to practice harder than, for the game.
Right.
So you want the practices to be harder than an actual game. So when it's game time, it's a little easier than it was in practice.
Definitely.
So you always want to put maximum effort all the time.
Yes. All very good messages to live by for the season. Coach Phillip Davis, we're going to start with you. As a coach, how do you define success for your team beyond just winning and losing?
I would say it's on and off the court, not just on the court as far as success. It's academics. It's doing good in school, doing good at home, getting good grades, maturing as a person, females in our case because we coach girls, but just striving to do better. When it comes to the court, working as a team, communicating, trying to stay consistent, working together to achieve the goal, the ultimate goal that we want to get to.
Definitely. And how would you say you encourage these things separately, like on the court, and then how to improve as a person and academically off the court?
A lot of it is just motivating tools. It can be team bondings to gain confidence. It can be, just telling someone simple, hey, you did a great job at practice today, really boosts, their morale a lot. Not so much of the negative feedback, it's always should be, constructive and positive and just uplifting in a sense. There's going to be negative things every now and then, but you don't want the negative to outweigh the positive. You want, stay positive.
And speaking on positivity and constructive criticism, coming off of a 9-10 regular season record last year, where are some areas you believe your team can improve before this upcoming season?
Defense, communication, a little bit on the offensive side. We made it to the championship game last year. We played Coach Bria and St. Xavier. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way. Fatigue played a big factor. So just being mentally tough to finish a game is big. And having that thought that no matter how big the deficit is, you can still come back if you just work hard, minute by minute, second by second.
Definitely. And what players should we look out for this season that will help you make sure that your team stays having a positive mindset even when we face downfalls in the games?
Well, we have several players. One notably is Bianca Crialis, our team leader. She was Player of the Year last year for our division. We have Samantha Reyes, who's a senior. She's been on the team the last 4 years. Tafadzwa is a sophomore. She's been on the team the last 2 years. And then we have some new additions that we're adding in. So just adding the pieces, making them work, having them work together, and we'll figure it out.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
On to Coach Solis. What are some of the main goals your team has set for heading into the season?
Well, being my first year here, we just want to build a winning culture. We just want to be able to compete. be as successful as possible. I always tell them, let's go as far as you guys want to go. The work that you put in is how far we can go. So, we do want to make it to the glory road, make it to the championship game like these two, but it's really just more so let's compete, let's get better every day. Let's realize that the end goal is to continue playing past this, past high school, get a college education. Let's continue to just move forward, take better steps and better strides to advance.
And coming in as a first-year coach, what things did you focus on that you want to improve on heading into the season?
It's really just the culture. Last year they weren't as successful as the young lady said that they wanted to be. So coming from a different program, I just wanted to bring what I brought for that program over here. So it's literally just the culture. Let's breathe a winning culture. Let's breathe a responsible, accountability type of lifestyle, and just take it step by step. Effort and practice, kind of how Coach said. Just practice has to become gruesome. Make it physical, make it fun. But it's the main priority. If you can't do it at practice, we're not going to be able to compete in these games. So
Right.
competing is really the number one goal.
And you speak about your team's culture a lot. How do you think you embodied that culture as a coach?
So I live by the culture. So since I live by it, it's a very family-orientated thing. I live by it. I force them all through the first month of tryouts and practice. They're forced to put the culture on their phone, screensaver. Like, we all want to live by it. We all want to just have it in our minds. We want to live successfully by it. And hopefully, they can take it outside of basketball and live life with it. But as per just basketball itself, this is what we're going to live by. Every time we step foot on the floor, this is what Ursula basketball is going to look like.
Definitely. And thinking of some of your players, as I mentioned, as a first-year coach, what players are you looking to really utilize for your first season?
So this year, I have two returning seniors that we're going to bank on, Brooklyn Valentine and Sinai Gordon. They were all league last year, third team. So my goal is obviously to uplift them to be better than what they were last year. I have an incoming freshman, Michaela, who's should play a big part. I have a transfer student that comes from South Carolina, which was very impressive, Princess Pena. So she should be also a major part. So those are a couple names that I think we should look for this year.
Thank you, Coach.
No problem.
And on to Coach Bria. Coming off of an amazing 15-1 regular season record and having a good majority of key contributors returning this season, what are you looking forward to, to proving this season?
Just getting better every day. We know that teams are coming for us this year, so I remind them that every day that we can't get complacent. We have to get better.
Definitely. And speaking of not being complacent, what would you think describes your team's identity? Is it not being complacent? Is it working hard? What keywords would you use?
My girls work hard. They work hard every day. There hasn't been a practice that I can say like they didn't try their best, and they really do give 100% effort every single day. And I'm very fortunate to have such coachable girls. They're very, very coachable, and I can't say that enough. That I really am blessed with that. They come in with positive attitudes every day. They're positive with each other. They're positive to me. Even just carrying themselves a certain way. I'm super fortunate to have the team that I have.
And how important is it to be coachable as a player?
It's very coachable because it's very good because you don't know everything,
Right.
And I think as teenage girls they kind of feel like they do know everything and a little more than they think they do, and just being able to just teach them things, and they try their best to do it. And I think it's just fun. That's fun to me, just being able to tell them okay, let's try this next time, and then they generally go out and they try it.
Right. And looking back on your successful season, like you said, what was the turning point in that season that you're going to use for encouragement in this upcoming season?
The turning point, I think what really defined us was when we beat St. Edmund, and we haven't beaten St. Edmund since I've been there. I've been at St. Xavier's, this is my 5th year, And I think that was like our turning point of like, okay, like this could be our year. We the year before we had a very disappointing loss to St. Raymond in the championship game, and but I think that kind of fueled them to get better every day and take practice serious every day. But I definitely think our turning point was when we beat St. Edmund last year at home on our
That's
senior
big.
day.
Yep.
On our senior day, it was fun. It went down to the wire and we won by 1 point, like on
Wow.
free throws. So it was fun, and just seeing them so happy. And even after the game, one of my players said that was the most fun we've had this season, and it was just being able to compete at that level. So it was good.
I think those fun games are what really make the sport.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So thank you, Coach Rhea, for those answers. And I have one more question for all of you coaches. What are you looking forward to prove as a program this season?
Continuing to grow the girls program, not just basketball, but, flag football is big as far as with girls right now. Just growing a girls program, growing girls basketball, getting more recognition for girls basketball. It just translates to when the WNBA wasn't so popular. Now it's gaining, popularity. Just trying to keep the girls interested. A lot of us have girls that probably never played basketball before, and this is their first time trying or haven't played since elementary. So it's just, getting them involved, keeping them happy, trying to get them motivated to play a sport.
For us, it's more the enrollment, just build something that just looks good, looks fun, looks, competitive, to allow girls to want to come back into our building. Just build that, like I keep saying the word culture, but build the culture of just, what the Academy of Mount St. Ursula is as a school, not so much just for basketball, but just
Right.
let's build as a student body and allow all these young ladies that want to find a home to know that we can be a 4-year home for you.
That was good.
I'm gonna kind of piggyback off the culture. I've known St. Xavier for the last 5 years, and my first few years we weren't winning in any sport, and I think just building that winning culture, that winning feeling in all of our sports. We're not just a team that's going, like you put on your schedule now that you're going to beat, because we were that team at one point, and now we're not. So just building that winning culture and making teams think twice about putting us on their schedule and in all of our sports. We're just getting better every day in all of our sports, so I'm very proud of them.
Well, coaches, thank you so much for your time and your answers. I wish you good luck for this upcoming season and can't wait to see what you all do and accomplish. And we'll be back live in just a few. Hello, everyone. My name is Aaliyah, and I'd like to welcome you back to the second annual Catholic High School Athletics Association Girls Media Day. I am now joined with the Division A coaches. And coaches, I'd like to give you a chance to introduce yourselves and what team you are representing today.
Hi, I'm Joe DeSapio, St. Vincent Ferrer.
My name is Ray Quatlander. I'm with Preston High School.
Matt Lackman, Notre Dame School.
Anthony Rizzo, St. Edmund Prep.
Karina Robinson, Cardinal Spelman High School.
Welcome, coaches, and I'm excited to speak with you all today. Just to get us started, a question for everyone. We can start down and go down the line. What message do you want your players to take with them throughout this season?
Wow, that's a good question to start. Just a message of unity. You know, we're a team, and there's no single performers on our team. You know, that's the message is to come out and fight strong every day, and remember that we're a team, not one player at a time. So.
Basically, I have a bunch of talented young ladies, and we try to prepare them for the world. So unity is definitely a factor, and collaboration, so they can learn to work together, because that's basically what we do in the real world. Right. So that's what we try to do for our young ladies, prepare them for real world.
Yeah, teamwork for sure. Work hard, fight for each other on and off the court, and like the other coaches said, prepare them for the next level in their lives.
I like to have a family atmosphere at the school because it's such a small school. So we try to keep them together as much as possible to have that family effect and for them just to grow together every day and just become more mature as the year goes on.
For me, it's taking accountability and being juniors and seniors going into college soon. Just being responsible on and off the court and being the best version of yourself as possible together with the unity and being family oriented.
Definitely. Thank you for those answers. So these next few questions, I'm going to start with one coach, and then it'll be separate individual questions going down the line. So first question is, what excites you most about the level of competition you'll be facing this year in your division?
We've expanded our division this year. I think we added 2 or 3 new teams to our division, so the level of competition is definitely improved. Not to say that it wasn't a great level of competition, but adding a few more teams will definitely step it up this year. Looking forward to it.
And how do you think your team measures up to the competition that's being added?
So last year we were finalists in the city championship, so I'm hoping we're going to level up pretty good. We did lose a lot of seniors, but have a lot of underclassmen to replace them, so we're looking forward to good things this year.
Definitely. Thank you,
Yeah.
Coach. In this offseason, preparing for the upcoming season, who are some players, that have stepped up as leaders for your team so far?
Well, I don't single out a 1 player or a 2 player.
Okay.
What I do is I have a bunch of talented young ladies, especially our seniors. Mm-hmm. I have 5 seniors. They're very talented, and each one contributes something different among one another. And that kind of like, what I love most about these talented young seniors is that it trickles down into the younger underclassmen.
Definitely.
And they bring them together. So unity is a big thing with us. Family is a big thing with us.
And if there is one word to describe the leadership of those talented seniors, what word would you use?
Excitement. They're very excited.
Yes. Thank you, Coach. So what statement do you hope to make early in the season?
Compete. We're in a different league, like some of the other coaches mentioned. We're playing a couple teams that are the league above us. Just compete every day. When we walk off the court, the other team, we might win, we might lose, but they know they're gonna have a hard fight in front of them.
Mm-hmm. And how do you, embody that as a coach? That competition is very important for your team.
We do it at practice. Everything is a competition. So we compete during practice, we compete during warm-ups. We really emphasize the competition side of what we're trying to accomplish.
And if you could pick out a couple players who would pose a good threat as competition, who would those be on your team?
So 12 girls, they all bring something different. 2 seniors who've been with us for a long time. But what I really like about this team is our younger girls are pushing the older girls as much as the older girls are pushing the younger girls. So I think just a mixture of that. The girls who are freshmen, sophomores, and even some of the juniors really want to get in the rotation more. So they're really pushing the senior girls, some of the junior girls who play more often. So I think that's a big part of it. Is this not only the younger the older, the older the
Right.
younger. Yeah.
Definitely, that's a good balance and trade-off for sure for a team. Thank you, Coach. What has been the biggest area you're focused on during the offseason to improve for this upcoming season?
For our team, it's just conditioning.
Okay.
You know, sometimes some players will lack the commitment to work hard over the summertime. So what we try to do is we try to bring everybody in together and just work. Just get them in the best shape they could possibly be in. And in the preseason, the workouts and everything like that, it's just been nonstop conditioning. Because we don't have a lot of gym time, so we run up and down the steps at the school, we'll run in the cafeteria, wherever we could possibly get our conditioning in, we try to do it as much as possible.
And with this focus on conditioning, do you think you've seen an improvement in your team so far?
There's definitely been some improvement on some of the running aspects of their conditioning, because I remember when they first started running up and down the floor, there was girls getting gassed and everything like that, but now you could start to see them slowly getting better, and they're starting to get their stamina up. And that's what we want to be able to have every one of our players play a full 32-minute game if needed.
Right. And as a coach, what are your words of encouragement to those players who do get kind of gassed, get tired throughout the game, but what would you say to them to make sure they continue to push through?
Don't stop. Keep going. Because when that moment when you take a step back is when you kind of get complacent. If you want to get to where you want to go, you just keep going. Don't stop.
And that's a message that could be applied to not only
Anything,
conditioning,
yeah.
anything, but
Anything,
yes,
yeah.
everything. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
My last question will be, what did you focus on in the offseason that you're looking forward to exhibiting to other teams this season?
Just focusing on strength and conditioning. So we have a strength and conditioning coach that we've been doing weight training and running a mile. Cardinal Spellman High School is we have a lot of land, so utilizing the track and everything like that. But as well as that, we focus on like defense and defensive drills during workouts, because defense at times wins games. So we've been focusing on that.
And speaking on defense, do you think that is one thing that describes your team as in identity and whole? And if not, how would you describe your team's identity or playing style?
I think right now, considering I'm a first-year head coach, I'm learning. I coached these girls when they were on JV. So getting used to just playing defense and then transitioning and scoring off a transition ball. So that's what I don't think that defines us. I think we're have all these different skills coming together, and we're still growing together. I have a freshman and a sophomore on my team, but with that, I think that's what we're going to look forward to. Yes.
And what's one thing that you've learned personally as a coach stepping into a varsity head coach position?
There's always room to grow as a coach. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn about my girls. I'm here to gain more experience in the game and as a head coach, because it's different from being an assistant coach. Yes. So just gaining that knowledge from others and taking the feedback, so how we can get better and how I could be better for my girls.
Definitely. And one last question for all coaches. We can start down the line and continue on down. What are you looking forward to most to prove about your program this season?
That, like the coach from Spellman just said, that defense can win. Like I said, I lost 7 seniors last year, majority of my height. Not a very tall team this year, so we're strength and conditioning. We're doing a lot of that in the preseason. And like I said, we're 5'7" at best. 5'9" is my tallest girl. I'm going to prove that defense can win, even if you don't have a 6'4" girl in the middle.
Definitely. Thank you, Coach.
You got it.
Defense.
Defense for sure, but also protecting the basketball. Too many turnovers.
Definitely.
Is always a bad thing. So
Yes.
doing a lot of stuff protecting the basketball and defense like everybody else is mentioning.
Yeah, I'm going to stick on the bandwagon. Defense wins championships. I will always go by that. So defense for me anyway.
I think defense, of course. And I also think just working on individual skills so that they could incorporate that into the game. Like big men do big man moves and guards protect the basketball, and being able to just dribble and do the basic things in the game. Sticking to simple things, that also wins games.
Yes. And I see defense is a theme across the board, so we will see how that plays out for you all. Thank you, coaches, so much for your time and your answers. Good luck on your season, and I can't wait to see what you all accomplish. We will be right back soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CHSAA's Girls Media Day. My name is Aaliyah, and I am joined with now the AA Division coaches. Coaches, I'd like to give you a chance to introduce yourselves and tell us what team you're representing.
Gene Henderson, Moore Catholic High School.
Ashley Vogel, St. Joseph Hill Academy.
Bobby Della Valle, Notre Dame Academy.
Okay, and to start off, I'm gonna just ask a general question for everyone to answer. We can start here and go down the line. What message do you want your players to take with you this season? Or take with them, I'm sorry, throughout the season?
Hard work is the priority, focus, determination, and that's pretty much it.
Jean definitely took all the words right there. Definitely strong-willed for my girls. Every practice should be strong-willed. Every game should be strong-willed, and put your best effort forward.
I'm a big intensity guy, and I like to make sure that the girls are feeding off that, but also, stepping forward and doing that themselves as well. So being intense and just getting better at one thing every day.
Definitely, thank you guys. And starting with Coach Henderson, being in a new division, what are you doing to prepare your team for this season?
Well, over the years, we've always played a challenging schedule, and I've told the girls this year it's going to be even more so. But like every year, we prepare to play the best, and right now, luckily, we're in one of the best leagues around, and I think the girls will be ready for that.
And what goes into that preparation for you as a coach and for your team as well?
Well, obviously, as a coach, it's being prepared, knowing the other teams, knowing what they do, scouting them, watching film. For the girls, similar, but it's also, working on the game, not only in practice, but, on their own, and conditioning and all that in the weight room. And if they do all that, I think it will just all come together once the season starts.
Definitely. And being in this new division and having a new level of competition, what are you most excited about for this season?
Well, in the past, we've played in a really good league, but this year there's not one game that's going to not be tough. Every game is going to be a challenge, and you have to be prepared. The kids have to be prepared, and if you're not, you're probably going to go home with a loss.
Definitely. So preparation is for sure key.
Number one.
Gotcha. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
On to Coach Vogel. How do you plan to build on what you accomplished last season going into this season?
So last year, I graduated out a bunch of seniors. This year, I only have one senior. So I'm only returning 4 of my varsity players from last year. So we are a little bit younger of a squad this year. So a big thing for me was kind of harping on those 4 that are returning to kind of step up into the spotlight that the seniors were in last year to kind of prep for the season.
And with such a young team, what type of statement do you hope to make early in the season?
They're strong-willed, that's for sure. Each practice has been better and better the last couple weeks for us. Going off what Coach Henderson said, it's a different division. Some of the teams we played last season, which was great, but again, it's a brand new team for me for the most part. With 4 returners, that's going to be the core of our starters. I think, preparation is going to be key. Everyone's going to have to kind of step up in their spotlights themselves.
And with such new and young talent, how do you plan on utilizing that, not only for this season, but going ahead and looking forward? What are your plans as a coach?
Yeah, we're tiny but mighty. That's what I kind of say to them at every practice. We're fast-paced. A big thing for us this year is going to be fast-paced. Our younger girls are, mostly guards. So I'm, the younger kids coming in, anyone that's 6 foot, I'm looking for you. But that's fast-paced and kind of upbeat tempos of games.
Definitely. Thank you, Coach. On Coach Della Valle, what are some of the main goals you have set for your team heading into this season?
Main goal is always to bring home a championship. I haven't been there myself in a few years since I took over the varsity, actually. But, every year we're getting closer and closer. And, we're moving into a new division or a new league, per se. But, the Staten Island schools are still together. And each year I feel we are the most, always up there as most competitive. Either it's one of us, it's 3 of us, it's 4 of us. It's always just a battle every game between us.
And since you said you're getting closer and closer each year, what do you think will be the turning point for your team or for you as a coach to finally reaching that championship game?
It's a great question. So last year I only graduated out 3, and I have 8 returners, and then we have another 3 sophomores and a freshman up again this year. So we're young with 5 total freshmen and 5 total sophomores and 1 freshman. But since I came in, I've kind of pushed it, something I kind of learned at Farrell as well when I went to Farrell High School, and we're senior-led. Like, we have our seniors lead the way, kind of rope in the new girls and teach them, we'll have them teach the young girls like what we expect in the program, and it's been a trickle-down effect. And I think we've finally hit the peak of that, or we're getting to the peak of it, I should say. So.
And with so many young girls on your team, what does it mean to be a leader as a higher classman on your team?
Leadership comes with voice, but sometimes it also comes with poise. So I have, 3 standouts for sure that are just, natural born leaders, whether it's on the court or off the court, whether that's planning off the court, team parties or camaraderie events. They really build that in. And then I set the seniors aside. I tell them this is what we're going to do for X, Y, and Z for the beginning of practice for the week. And they know that, the first 25 minutes is theirs. They have to run. They got to set it up. They got to get the energy up. And I think we've hit that routine fairly well.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
This question is for everyone. Speaking with coaches previously, a lot of them stated that defense will be key to winning games this season. And with being in a new league or division, would you say that proves to be true for your team as well?
Oh, there's no question. Championships are won by playing defense. And I can speak for my program. We spend 20 to 30 minutes of practice strictly working on defense. And, if you have a bad game shooting the ball or can't put the ball in the basket, you always have a chance if you play defense.
Thank you.
Defense is key. When I was in high school, I loved defense more than offense. But what I tell my girls is you can't have one end of the game without the other. And I think defense is definitely the part of the game where, like Jean said, you could have one bad day and defense is going to help you win that extra game and the extra points in. So.
Yes.
Agreed. Defense is at the forefront of wanting to win, and it goes more than just communication on defense, but just trust in your teammates, so that when you are applying pressure or you are going after it, if you mess up, whatever, you know that your teammates are going to have your back, and I think that's the biggest thing.
Definitely. And my last question for everyone, what would be one word to describe your program for this upcoming season, and what will leave you all unforgettable for these teams that you're facing?
One word would be determined. And the second part, can you say that again, please?
What will leave your team unforgettable for these other teams that you'll be facing?
That you're in for a game every time you play us.
That was a good answer.
I had determined until June put it in his, out for his team, but definitely productive for my team. Being young, we're hopefully going to be productive on and off the court. So I think leaving that on every aspect of that would leave that guessing for the next team.
Intense, for sure. With the pressure I plan on, putting forward, we need to be intense, both offensively, defensively, and we have to push that sense of feeling every single second of the game.
Definitely. Well, thank you, coaches, so much for your time and your answers. I'd like to wish you all good luck in this upcoming season and this new division, and that is all I have for you. We'll be back here live very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leah Hatchett, and I'd like to welcome you back to our second annual Girls Media Day. I'm joined with another set of AA Division coaches. Coaches, I'd like to give you opportunity to introduce yourself and let us know what teams you're representing today.
My name is Mike Lacasio, and I'm representing St. John's Preparatory High School in Astoria, Queens.
Tom Catalanato, head coach, Holy Cross High School, Queens.
Joe Harnish-Fager, coach at Archbishop Malloy High School.
Dewey Hopkins, coach of Monsignor McClancy High School, East Elmhurst, New York.
Mike Toro, head coach of Bishop Loughlin High School, Brooklyn, New York.
Travis Craig, head coach at the Mary Louise Academy, Jamaica Estates.
Well, welcome, coaches. I'd like to start with the overall question I'm going to ask everyone, and that is going to be, what message do you want your players to take with them throughout the season?
I want them to understand that hard work and commitment achieves the goal. You can't achieve goals without the commitment to compete at the highest level. I also want them to understand that the grades are much more important than what we're doing here athletically, so they got to maintain their grades.
I'd like to, I'm going to start over.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'd like to instill in this group that we have, it's a very talented group, lacking in size, but we make up for it with talent. And I think we want to play more of a team game this year, more than we have in the past. And I want them to put team above everything else this year.
I just want them to establish and understand the standards that we've set up for the team. And after that, we want them to enjoy the process of playing, competing, and then just enjoying themselves.
I want them to understand first off that most importantly academics comes first, and the hard work in the classroom will definitely pay off on the hardwood, and just trust the process and just make sure you continue to play hard, and as long as you play hard and you play tough, we'll compete.
For this season, I just want them to understand, first and foremost, go out there, have fun, understand the importance of being a student athlete, go out and compete, and just cherish the moment, understanding that you never know what opportunity is going to present itself at each game. So just take advantage and enjoy the moment.
For me this year with the girls, I'm trying to make sure that they understand the meaning of the word accountability, right? Understanding that everything you do in life, from, waking up and getting your chores done, or, preparing for school and getting your schoolwork done, to get into the basketball court is all about accountability and what you're going to do to put forward, right? Letting them know that, at this stage in life, you have to make the decisions for yourself, even though your parents are there to support you, but, this is for you.
Definitely. Thank you, coaches. We're going to start back on this end. So what excites you most about the level of competition that you'll see in your division this year?
Oh, I have the utmost respect for all the gentlemen sitting next to me. I know how hard they work. It means I got to work even harder. And being I'm second oldest guy in the group, I need to make the commitment to the kids to let them understand that, competing is good, but having fun is even more important. So we got to find the balance, and hopefully at the end of the rainbow, we're good enough to be there.
I'm going to say something very similar, because this is a great group of coaches here, and our teams on any given day can beat anybody else in this group, so it's going to be a very competitive season.
I agree with what both of them said, both coaches said. I've known some of these guys for 20, 25, 30 years. So, some of us are friends, and I think that's kind of a fun thing also, an enjoyable thing, I should say. But competitively, everybody's pretty close in terms of their athletic ability, and I think it's going to be a great season. And I think the regular season may or may not reflect who's a good team, but I think the playoffs could be even different. We're all that close.
I couldn't agree more with everybody, what they said, the coaches. We do go out and compete against each other on the court, but off the court, we're all pretty close friends and, get along. But the competition level is going to be probably as fair as it's been in years. And we're looking forward to the challenge. We're ready for the challenge, and I just hope that everybody here, we all just stay healthy and have a really good season, okay?
I disagree with everything they say. No, I mean, you know, we've known each other for a very long time. I mean, coach is new to the league, but I think it's obvious that we all have a great respect amongst each other. The league I've been a part of the league now almost 15 years, and it's the same thing every year. It's a competitive league. It's one of the most competitive leagues in not only the state, but the country. And, you know, you got to make sure that you're prepared to compete, because every single game, day in, day out, is going to be very competitive. So excited for the season, and I know we're going to drive each other crazy. But the biggest thing is, you know, we want to make sure everybody stays healthy, and, you know, we just put out a good product for the league and for the fans.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm the new one in the league, but you know, since I've been here over the last 2 years, the guys have welcomed me, with open arms. And I think for me, you know, the message for the girls and kind of like what we're looking for this season is just making sure that everybody's just playing hard and having fun, but also making sure they understand that, you know, the aggression that they put out on the court is where they build that confidence at, right? And understanding that it's okay to be aggressive, and it's okay to make sure that even though that you want to make sure and win most of your games, you want to make sure and go out there and compete at a very high level. So
Definitely. Sounds like friendly competition is going to fuel a lot of these games this season. All right, starting back up top, we're going to do some individual questions. So what kind of energy or message are you hoping to set from day one for your team this season?
My team is kind of older, so they've matured, and I hope they understand all the work they've put in from when they were freshmen, even before that to now, that they understand what it's going to take to compete at a level that we're at. Like one of the coaches said, this is one of the best leagues in the country by far. And every night you go on the court, you know, we might rib each other, but we have utmost respect for what everybody does. The problem is we all do the same things, so we gotta watch the tapes.
Thank you, Coach. Now, my next question will be, how do you plan to build on what you accomplished last season and take it even further for this season?
Okay, well, last year we tried to build on a culture. You know, this is my sixth season at Holy Cross, and it was always a boys' school. So we're starting to turn the corner, and what we started to do was try to act more professional from year to year. At first, we had, you know, kids that probably wouldn't have made other high school teams, you know, when we started. But now we're getting the athletes and we're getting the players, and I just want them to act professionally, you know, represent the school, carry yourself, you know, don't look to, you know, fight with anybody, you know, just to keep everything civil. You know, we compete, you know, we're competing, compete hard, and when the game's over, it's over.
Thank you, Coach. My next question is, how would you describe your team's identity or playing style on the court?
I think their identity is they're noisy and they're loud, which I like, and it's the departure from what we've had in the past. You know, there's 6 juniors, they're all friends, and they're loud, and we like that at practice. And the second part was?
The second part was their playing style, so kind of along the same thing.
Okay, so we're trying to create a pace, a fast pace, and I think the first week of practice has been pretty good. A little messy, but they're understanding how fast that we want them to play, and you know, maybe the last practice or two, we've started to see some positive results with that pace.
Thank you, Coach. Next question is, what's been the biggest area of focus during the off-season?
The biggest area of focus during the off-season was just to get faster, tougher, and be more competitive. The girls went out, they played with different AAU groups, so they got to learn different types of playing styles, kind of bringing it back to us. We're tweaking what we have to tweak. But I mean, the off-season also with JV girls, we had a couple girls coming up, and it's a learning experience for them, but in the first week of practice, they fit right in. The older girls are accepting them, and it's just all about having a good culture with us and just realizing that we can be pretty competitive as long as we just continue to play hard.
Thank you. My next question is, how do you prepare your team mentally and physically for the challenges of this division?
I think most importantly is just keeping them comfortable and relaxed and understanding that, it's a game. We understand there's going to be one of two outcomes. You're going to win or you're going to lose, right? So, I think really just preparing them mentally of understanding the situation and, just going out there and giving it your all. And if we win, then we still got things to work on. We lose, we still have things to work on, right? So I think the ultimate goal is from start to finish, can we get better come playoff time? And once it's playoff time, we know everybody's going to give it their best shot. Right. So we just want to make sure that we can mentally do what we have to do to make sure we stay healthy and stay prepared to what's going to come in the playoffs, which is competing against the best of the best.
Yes, thank you. And piggybacking off of the mention of winning or losing, how do you define success for your team beyond just winning and losing a game?
It's development for me. I like to win the right way. I'll never sacrifice, trying to make sure I, have to go out and win a game and a girl is struggling in the game or whatever like that. And if I can't get on the floor, then I'm pulling out because I want to win the game. If I know I can get her through it while I'm coaching her on the court and it helps her through her struggles and we win the game by doing that, I like to win the game that way. If we lose the game by doing it, but we developed her during that process and she's able to take something on when she goes to college or it helps her in the next season, it's a win for me as well. So I don't sacrifice, the development over the winning.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
And my last question is for everyone, so we can start on either side of the line. Start on this side. Who or what will be the biggest threat from your team this season?
I'm going to have to probably give it to Ava Thomas. She is definitely put in a lot of work this summer. She is one of our leading seniors. She just recently signed to Quinnipiac, and then she's really looking forward to lead the team this year. She definitely stepping into the role of being a leader, being more aggressive, and I'm super happy to see what she's going to look like this season.
Thank you.
I would say for us, it'd probably be junior Malia Petit. She's probably the one returner we have this year, along with a lot of new players that transferred in and incoming freshmen. So I think the person that has been a part of the league and understands the league is the one that we're going to rely on heavily to, be a leader. I mean, she is our point guard as well. So the hope is that she could mature enough this year to kind of help put the team on her back.
This year, I think it's going to be for two girls, and they're called Twin Power, Layla Wagner and Malia Wagner. They've both been playing with me since freshman year, so now they're in their third year, more mature. They understand exactly what we're asking from them, and they understand what we're asking for the team. And with those two girls, not just athletically helping us, mentally, they will help us and all the other players on the team this year.
For us, it's a third-year player who was all CHSAA Tier 1 third team last year. She's currently going to be a junior. Her name is Molly Triers. She's our leading scorer and the heart and soul of our team.
Thank you.
For us this year, I'm looking forward to watching and coaching Sophia Hamilton. She's grown leaps and bounds since freshman year. She's been on varsity since freshman year. And her father and her grandfather are both professional ball players. And it's in her blood. And the first couple of years, she was, fair to mediocre. Last year, she was okay. She got a lot better. This year, the summer was a tremendous summer for her. And she really improved a lot. And she's our leader. I made her captain of the team, and she ran with it. She's really showing that she wants that role, and the girls all respect her. And, I'm looking for real good things for her.
It's a hard question to answer, especially when there's no I in team. But to say it, you have one player that's going to stand out, I would have to say it's my junior center, Victoria Savin. From the day she walked into the gym to where she is today, it's tremendous, tremendously a big difference. The kids respect her. they pay attention to her, and hopefully she grows into what she's capable of doing. You know, as coaches, we can only guide them. They have to go get it. So, and I'd like to wish everybody here at the table good luck. Have fun this year. Make sure that we all scream at each other like we always do. And God bless all your teams. May we all stay healthy.
Yes, and I'd like to second that. Coaches, thank you so much for your time, for your answers, and yes, have a good season. I wish you all good luck, and I can't wait to see what you all accomplish. We'll be back live soon. Thank you, guys. Welcome or welcome back to the second annual CHSAA Girls Media Day. I am Aaliyah Hatchett, and I am now joined with the coaches of the brand new AAA division. Coaches, I'd like to give you a chance to introduce yourselves and let us know what team you're representing today.
My name is Bob Mackey. Oh, sorry, thank you. My name is Bob Mackey. I'm the head coach at Christ the King High School.
My name is Anthony Rizzo. I'm the head coach at St. Francis Prep.
Josh Suslak. I'm the head coach at St. Joseph by the Sea High School.
Mercedes Dukes, the head coach of Monsignor Scanlon High School.
Ron Kelly, head coach at Nazareth Regional High School.
Greg Prococo, assistant coach at Zavarian High School.
Well, welcome, coaches. I'm looking forward to speaking with you all today. To get started, I just want to ask everyone, what message do you want your players to take with them throughout this season?
The message is pretty simple. They're part of something very, very special that's going on in women's basketball. And either they're going to be part of that or they're going to be left behind. A lot of them want to play at the next level. You've got to prove that at the high school level. And what the league has done, I think, is allow us to now take that play and elevate it. I think it's going to be good for the game. I think it's great for the girls. And I think it's going to help the schools individually as well.
I think pushing development, creating development every single day is huge. Competitive effort is major. Being on a stage that we're able to coach in, the players are able to play in, I think is major, and continuing those efforts will be key.
So we always emphasize and preach to our players about teamwork, having some self-sacrifices towards a common goal, and you know, like Coach said, development, playing for not only their school, their families, but being part of the best league in the country.
We're at Jordan Brand School. One of our mottos is trust the process. So I stress that with my young ladies on and off the court. And I always tell them, you're not only playing for the name in the front of your jersey, but you're always representing the one on the back of your jersey.
Definitely.
My message is always get better every day. Just work hard, practice hard, allow yourself to have mistakes, learn from your mistakes, but progress. And it's a little bit every day, so just get better every day.
I think one of the mottos we tell the girls is look forward, not back, any of the mistakes, and also to be proud that they're playing in probably the best division in the country, and to take advantage of that.
Definitely. Thank you, coaches, for that answer. We'll start back down here with a couple individual questions. So Christ the King as a school is just known for being nationally ranked, promoting D1 and WNBA talent. So what does it mean to you as a coach to be a part of players' stories who are going on to the next level?
Wow, it's been a really big part of my life now this is my 36th year. Yeah, 4 number 1 picks, you know, just so many college players. The really important part is watching them grow, whether they're playing in the WNBA, playing overseas, or just settling down, having families. The growth that you see from high school to college, and then after that, you know, I've got several that are doctors and lawyers, and 2 of them that are teaching college, and there's quite a few that are coaching at the college level. It's an amazing thing, and it's a credit to the school and the faculty and their families. So very proud of what they've done.
And going more off of growth, what do you plan to build on from what you accomplished last season, and how are you going to apply it to this season?
Well, I think we're looking forward to another tough schedule, another year, which is going to be a challenge, and it's going to be a better challenge, I think, within the league. Just the competition level's been raised, and our outside games are just going to be a lot harder. But I think the challenge is going to be for the team to grow and develop. Younger players have to mature. It's the same battle every year. Growth, teamwork, maturity, and it's a lesson you teach, and it's like going to class every day. You're looking for a little bit of growth every day, a little bit better, a little bit more, and you're hoping everybody's going to take that and advance to the next level and show what they can do.
And last question, what would you say is the main goal, I guess, for your team going into the season with, thinking about growth and how you want to improve on and off the court?
Well, I think if we can get through December without, killing each other, we're going to be great. No, it's going to be a tough December. Of the first 10 games, 9 of them are nationally ranked opponents. So it's going to be a tough December. I think the kids are ready. They've been working hard. And we're going to see. You put it all on the table. You don't hide anything. When you start playing at this level, you put all your chips on the table and you play. And that's the best part about this. And the competition's going to be really, really good. Looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you, Coach. So, Coach, what has been the biggest area of focus for your team during this offseason?
Just finding ourselves, I think, was the biggest thing. This is my second year in the league coaching, so just really kind of figuring out what our dynamic's going to be and how we're going to compete with the other teams in our league and the coaches that we have to coach against. I think those are the major things for us. And the real identification that we figured out from preseason until now is, how much work can we put in, and grit has been something that we've really been focused on every day, because I think that's going to be our nature and being able to fight within every game.
So would you say the grit of your team is what's going to set you apart from these other super competitive and talented teams?
Yeah, I think we don't have the roster of high major Division I talent across the board, but I think the separator for us is every game giving our best effort, being gritty, kind of staying true to our principles. I think our focus is going to be team unity and being able to guard. I think that we have a few key pieces that will be able to help us guard every position and be able to stay on the floor with a lot of the teams.
And as a second-year coach, you mentioned, what do you think is going to be your biggest challenge going into this season?
I think our biggest challenge is going to be ourselves. I think that's for every program is just kind of removing our egos across the board and figuring out that what we have to do, what our goal is, and how we can play for each other is going to be a major thing, and I'm happy to see what we're going to do coming forward.
Thank you, Coach. Coach, could you, in a few words, tell me a little bit about your program and what is going to make you stand out in this division?
Well, we've put a lot of hard work in over the past decade or so in trying to build the culture in our program and have an environment where players want to be successful and want to buy in, and I feel everybody that's involved has done a good job with that. So, but on the court we preach a lot of communication. We try to be a defensive-minded group first, but year in, year out, some of the same principles and core values that we talk about, we really try to hammer home and emphasize. And when the girls buy in, we see that development throughout the year, and kind of helps us, I think, when we're all on the same page, give us a little bit of an edge in some games, depending on matchups, obviously. But it's just win or lose, something that we don't ever want to compromise.
And piggybacking off of winning or losing, as a coach, what do you think defines success as a team beyond just winning or losing a game for you?
Yeah, I've always said we define success by how we conduct ourselves day in, day out, how we handle our business, how we go to practice every day, the habits that we implement from day one, and how we carry those out and hold everyone accountable throughout the year. I think if we do that, day in, day out, and make it a habit, that the success then follows. So if we see our players working hard, buying in, playing together, playing for one another all year long, that's a successful team to me.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Coach Mercedes, can you tell us about any new additions you have to your team that's going to really help your team be successful this season?
Let's see, where do I start? So I think every kid in New York City is in my school. No, on a serious note, we picked up some really, really great pieces. We have some exceptional young ladies that have came through that threshold this coming year. Starting with our incoming freshman. She's the baby of the bunch, but she came in so small. She's playing so big. So we have a lot of high expectations for her, and hopefully she checks off all the boxes and follows through. She's a stickler, so I know she'll get it done. And then we have a sophomore, Madison Wallace, who's a great kid that we have on the team. She's a lights-out shooter, shifty guard, another kid to watch out for this year. I have high expectations for that young lady as well, right? Only freshman to make the varsity team last year, and she held her own. She held her own with a very mature team, so I look forward for big things for her this year. Then we have Journey Atkins, who's a bundle of joy. That's a kid that every day, no matter if you're happy or sad, she's gonna make sure she's poking you. Hey, coach, what you doing, coach? What's going on? So Journey's fun to be around every single day. Just a great kid on and off the court. And on the court, she's so deceiving. The kid is like probably about 5'9", but she gets every deflection just because she has long, lanky arms. So she reminds me of Jamal Crawford. So when she plays, she's very crafty. You don't know what to expect. Lefty gets to the rim, finishes righty, like super, super cool kid. Then we have Emily, who came to us last year, has been a great addition. She just came off of winning the MVP in City is Mines, which she's super excited about because it's a huge accomplishment to represent, you know, our program and Jordan Brand and be able to show the legacy that we plan on pursuing with her. So she did a great job in that, and she's a phenomenal player. And then we have Heaven Hart, who came over from a great program already on the PSAL side. Now she's in the Catholic League side, and she's adjusting. She's adjusting well, but a great kid to have. And we also have Micaiah Beasley, who also came from the PSAL side, and now she's on our side. Another great addition. All good, respectful kids, all coming from reputable programs. I'm just honored to be able to coach them. Joey Toledo, who's going to be a lights out shooter for us, senior year. She wants to go out with a bang. Her mom, she's holding me at high expectations for Joey this year, so I can't drop the ball, but looking forward to seeing what we do with Joey this year. Tasia, who's also another senior, so I have great senior leadership. I have 3 seniors. Madison Howard, who's a phenomenal player, who's just a good, humble, respectful kid. Just shows up every day, right, ready to go. You can't ask for anything more than that, right? Like, I was just talking to one of the media reps, and they're like, hey, there's some kids that never play in street tournaments anymore and everything. I can tell Maddie we're going into the jungle to play. She's like, let's go. You know, she's a dog, and I appreciate her. I'm gonna miss not having her after this year, but she's a kid that if you could have 10 of Madison's, you're gonna go to war every day knowing that you got a kid that's gonna have your back, that's gonna represent your program the right way and just leave it all on the floor. So Madison Howard is a phenomenal player, and I look forward to big things for her. She's committing this Wednesday. So
exciting.
If you guys aren't doing anything, 2 o'clock, she'll be making her announcement this Wednesday. And we just got so many pieces. I could just keep going.
Yes.
But I'm so thankful for all of these young ladies, that their families and you know, their AAU coaches and just everybody around them confided in me and said, hey, listen, I think this kid will be a great fit for your program. So for me, it's like, I've been blessed with a lot of talent. Hopefully I can deliver what's expected of me, but just trying to manage, right, all of these different personalities, all of these young ladies that have super talents and can do so many different things with basketball. So for me, I got my work cut out for me. Me and Coach I were always up for the challenge. As former Division I athletes, both of us, myself and Coach I, we know what it takes, right?
Yep.
And as one of the females, only females in the group, I can't play chess with these guys. I gotta play chess, not checkers with these guys, and I gotta be 2 steps ahead of them. And I try to make sure that I'm, you know, dotting my I's and crossing my T's. So,
The list just kept going on and on. So with all of this talent, what do you think is going to be key to making all these girls play well as a team? Because I know all of them have different, you know, things they can utilize on the court, different skill sets. So what's going to be key for you as a coach to make this all be cohesive?
I think everyone just understanding what's going to be their role, learning how to play within our system, trusting the process, understanding that no one is bigger than the program. Everyone has to buy in and put their pride to the side and understand we're doing this for one common goal, and that's to be successful, right? Every one of my kids has aspirations of playing at the collegiate level, so I tell them, it's up to you, right? Division I, II, or III.
Right.
You got to pick, and you got to show that you can be at that level. I'm going to get you seen. I'm going to put you in front of the schools and the coaches, but it's going to be up to you to get their attention. So they're willing to do that, and I think I can maintain this group. So we should be fine.
Well, thank you so much, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Okay, Coach, what kind of energy are you hoping to set from day one this season?
Energy. Oh my goodness. Listen, before we talk about energy, I want to say that I am super excited to coach against these 5 coaches at this table right now. We are going to see this year, this division is going to take Bob Mackey back about 15 years. We're going to see some epic battles this year. We're going to see some really good, competitive, well-coached games. And I am so excited. Listen, win or lose, I'm going to have some fun this year. That's the energy I want my team to have. Like, look, have some fun, go out there, play hard, give it all you got, and we will see what we have in the end. We'll win some, we'll lose some, and we'll see what we got.
Definitely. And as a coach personally, what's going to set you apart from the rest of these fine coaches sitting here with us today?
I'm smarter than everybody on here. Yeah, and I look better than Mom. Listen, I don't know. I mean, Mercedes is kicking my butt every time I play her. Every time I have to play Mom, it's another war. Listen, I take every game as a separate entity. I learn every time I lose, I get better. And so, Mercedes said it best. We're going to have to play some chess. I play chess. I'm pretty good. But, we have to watch some film. We have to learn from what's going on. And hopefully by February, I'm playing at my peak. And my kids are ultra confident. And we can get something done in the playoffs.
Definitely. So you said, learning from losses and making sure your team is confident. So what other values or mindsets do you want your program to be known for?
Well, I hope we are already known for being tough, for never ever giving up. I hope we are already known for being smart. But, if I had to let the world know right now about my program, is that we've been graduating young ladies. I've been at Nazareth now for 16, 17 years. And we've been graduating ladies every year, and every year our kids are going to college, and all of them are graduating college. So I want people to know that our basketball program, we are educating our young ladies as well as teaching them how to play this game at a high level. And I don't think I'm the best at that. I think everybody here is doing that, and we're all, as far as that is concerned, education on the same page. So I think we do a really good job.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And lastly, from what I know, you have a fairly young team this year. So who are you looking to step up as a leader for your program?
Well, I think we have Callie Mullen, who's a senior. We're bringing in 10 juniors. 6 of them are coming back from last year. Izzy Grimaldi being one of the top juniors. I think Elfina, Casey McGinn, Juliana Bentavania all have varsity experience already, so I think they could bring it to the table and help out.
And with these players, how do you plan to build on what you accomplished with them last season and applying that to your season this year?
I think the most important part with this team is the chemistry when you're dealing with especially 10 girls from the same grade and see how their relationships build with dealing with young girls, because it goes up and down every day. But I think right now they really are all on the same page, and that's what Coach Spellman's trying to push, and I think they're doing a good job of doing that.
And being all on the same page is super important for a team and goes to play into your team's identity and their playing style. So how would you describe your team's identity and or playing style?
I think we're going to be fast. I think we're just going to run, and I think that's what we're trying to put through to them. Just play hard and run all game long. We have enough girls that are interchangeable that we can do that.
And what would, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And what are you looking forward to most with the competition this year in this new
I think
division?
it's going to be a lot of fun with just these 10 games that we're going to be playing against each other. I think it's going to be super competitive, like they all said. It's a great rivalry. Oh, it's not even like one individual rivalry. It seems like every team, we have a little rivalry with each other. So I think that's one of the fun parts. And then we have some nice outside games also. But I think this is where it's all going to count.
And do you have any key players that you believe will stand out this season for you?
Well, like I said, we have the two seniors, Vic Gatto, Callie Mullen, and Izzy Grimaldi. I think those three will be the core of the team right now and should bring us some good times.
Some good things, yes. Okay. Thank you, Coach, so much. And I have one more question for everyone. What are you looking forward to most to prove about your program in this season?
To prove.
If there's one thing that would leave your team unforgettable and prove something to other teams, what would that be?
I think everybody here at the table's got the same goal for that. Everybody wants to win it. I don't think none of us are going to put in and say, well, we really want to be. No, everybody wants to win this division. And everybody wants to win it and then go on, win the state. And, you know, if there's going to be a city, win that too. So I think that's what everybody's on everybody's mind. We left some things open last year, so we're looking forward to that. And I think our non-league schedule's going to prepare that. And then playing against these coaches, it's going to be a fun year.
Yes.
For our program, and what I've been preaching is, I believe that we're the underdogs of the group here. So I think that mindset is going to be huge for us. So I think outside the league and in the league, I think those are going to be the main concepts that we kind of follow is our back should be against the wall every game we play. And I think that's going to get the best out of our girls every single time.
I think something that we're always trying to prove is that regardless of year in, year out, the faces change, but the mission stays the same. And, you know, regardless of who's on the roster, our kids are going to get better and they're going to develop and they're going to have a chance to play on the next level somewhere.
So for me, I feel like we're a program, right, that I think amongst our peers, all of these coaches here, I think they know who we are. We've proven ourselves in the last 5 years since I've been the head coach that we can hang out with the who's and the best of them. But now I think it's time for us to put ourselves against some of the top teams in the country and have them put some respect on it. So we want to be a top team in the country, and we want to show everyone that Scanlon's here to stay.
I'm going to say something exciting. This hasn't been done. This hasn't been done since Carson King did it, I think, in 2017, 2018. When they went back to back, I think Nazareth is going to try to prove that they can go back to back.
I think Scanlon did it in 2022, 2023. I'm just saying.
Thanks.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You really don't want to go there. I don't want to start that.
It's okay.
We don't want to go
Here.
there.
Let's have some fun.
Because we can go back. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead,
Let's do this. Oh, let's do it. Let's have some fun with this. 1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2003, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2009, 2010. His wife's got one, yes. All right, anybody else? But yeah, so let's not, no,
I was about to
let's
say,
not
point
drop that.
point proven for sure.
I got a few in between there. None in the 90s.
The next one, we gotta have the trophy right here.
Right.
It speaks value.
Coach, go ahead and close us off.
I just think this is a varying program, like Bob said. We're all here to try to win it, but I think we want, after every game, we want the other team to think that they played a team that competed 100% all the time, and I think that's what we strive to do all the time. Thank you.
Well, thank you, coaches, so much for your time and your answers. Good luck to everyone in this season. I can't wait to see what you all accomplish this season. This was Aaliyah Hatchett at the 2nd Annual Catholic High School Athletic Association Girls Media Day. Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Good work.
Thank you. Well, be honest. You could let me know if there's like we are back here at the 2nd Annual Girls Media Day for CHSAA, and I'm joined with Miss Joanne Pinnock, who is the chairperson for CHSAA. Miss Joanne, how do you feel tonight just being here?
I think tonight was an amazing experience for all our young ladies. It gives them an opportunity to talk to the media and to feel special the way they're supposed to as young student athletes. And I think that our staff, Steel Vision staff, did an amazing job, as well as all the schools that attended.
I agree. It's been a great night with media turnout. The girls have looked great on camera, speaking and talking. Now let's talk more about the new structure of the league. I know there has been some big changes for this season. So how do you feel about the new structure?
I think the new structure allows our young ladies to get the advantage to win a championship. And I think that it gives the college coaches that are looking for student athletes that can play on their level to see exactly what level they're at. So I think part of the reason why this structure came about was because in speaking to college coaches, it seemed like a lot of the games were lopsided. And it's hard for a college coach to come in and evaluate talent when they're not playing against, the same talent. So I think that by restructuring the league, it allowed college coaches to come and see young ladies play and compete against similar talent to theirs. I also think it gives a lot of the young ladies an opportunity to win a championship. We're going to have the same thing for all the divisions. We're going to have a Brooklyn Queens championship, an Archdiocese championship, and then a city championship, and then obviously those winners would compete for the state.
And if you could put into a few words, what would be the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to with this new structure? I know there are benefits you spoke on already, but if you could narrow it down to one thing, what would it be?
I think camaraderie. I think the league being one league and everyone being consistent in what we do. I'm excited to see how the level of talent just shows more evident than it has in previous years.
Definitely. And I know it's super important to showcase women's sports and the achievements that our girls are making and creating, the opportunities they're creating for themselves. And what does tonight mean to you, giving these girls an opportunity to have a media day like men's sports do and just give them a chance to be on camera and showcase what they're all about?
So I think that that's really important. I'm a big advocate for the young ladies, coaching 35 years and 16 of those in this league. I feel that our young ladies deserve everything that the boys league has and even more. I do think that tonight just shows that we are moving in that right direction.
Definitely.
To bring girls basketball and the league up to where the young ladies deserve to be. And I'm very excited. I appreciate everyone who has supported this and the amount of support that we get from the outside to make events like this happen.
Definitely.
So I am very excited.
Yes, and I want to thank you so much for having me tonight to be a part of this. And that is actually all I have for you.
You've been an amazing host.
Thank you so much. And that is officially a wrap on the second annual Girls Media Day for CHSAA.
Thank you.